Hello everyone, welcome to Mathematics. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to multiply multi-digit numbers, but instead of using the aerial model method, I'm just going to show you how most people do mental math with multiplication based on place value. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you and break down how we multiply in our heads so that we can quickly get it done when we're maybe at the store or we're trying to figure out a problem but we don't have paper and pen ready. So we're going to do 36 times 3. So it's similar to the area model method, but you don't have to write this down, but I'm just showing you how we think. So essentially, again, with the area model method, how we did it before, we could break this up and say this is on the tens, which is 30, and then I can break this up into my ones, which is 6. And then this is not going to be broken up. So now all I need to really remember is that I just need to multiply every single place value from both numbers to every other place value in the other number. So what I mean is, in this case, I have a tens place, I have a ones place, and I have a ones place here. So all I need to remember is, I need to multiply my tens place times my ones place, which I can do as my first step. And then as my second step, I can just multiply my ones place times my ones place. So what that is that's going to be 30 because it's the tens place, times 3, times 3. And then I'm going to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3. So now I'm just going to multiply these out and add them together. 30 plus 3 is 3 times 3 is 9. And then I just add my 0, because when you're multiplying anything with zeros, you just keep the zeros or count the amount of zeros and rewrite them at the end. So I have 90, and then 6 times 3 is 6, 12, 18. And then I just add them. So again, I can add them in my head based on place value or do the stacked box method. I'm just going to show it like this, and I'm going to add them in my mentally. So I just know I have an 1, 8 in my ones place, so I know I have to have an 8 for my ones place because there's nothing here. And then I have 9 tens here and 1 ten here, so that's 10 tens. So I'll have 10 tens, and that's 108. So this is essentially how we do mental multiplication. Now I'm going to show you again over here, but this one's a little bit more complicated because there's now a hundreds place. So again, remember, you have to multiply every single place value with the other place value in the other number. So in this one, I'm going to do blue. Let's not do this in color. Blue is my favorite color. So I have 200, because that's my 100 place, plus 60, which is in my tens place, plus 1 in my ones place. And then this one has 30 plus 2, because 30 is my tens place and 2 is my ones place. So now I'm just going to do the same thing generally, and I'm just going to be very careful how I do it. So I'm going to start with my hundreds place. I need to make sure my 100 place is times the tens place here. So that's 200 times 30. Then I'm going to do 100's place times the 2. So it should be 1, and this should be 2. So that should be 200 times 2. And then now I'm going to move on to my tens place. So I'm going to do my tens place times my other tens place. So it'll be 60 times 30. And that's my third one. And then I'm going to do my tens place times the other ones place, which will be my fourth one. So that will be, sorry I got lost, that will be 60 times 2. And now I'm going to do my last one, which is my ones place. So I'm going to do my ones place times my tens place here. So that would be my ones place times my tens place, which is 30. And then I'm going to do my ones place times my ones place, which will be 1 times 2. This is the exact same thing you do in the area model method, but it's just showing you how we can break this down in our head so that's easier to multiply. So now I'm just going to multiply these out and add them together. 200 times 30, that should be 2 times 3, which is 6, and then there's 3 zeros. 200 times 2, that should be a 4, and that should be 2 zeros, because I have 2 zeros here. And I'm going to do 6 times 3, 6, 12, 18. I have 2 zeros. 60 times 2, that's 6, 12, so I have another 0. I have 1 times 30, which will just be 30, because anything times 1 is itself. And then 1 times 2 is 2. And now I can add these up in my head, or I can do it based on place value. I didn't really organize it very well, is what I've just noticed. But if you kind of like look at it based on place value, this is right here. This would be all my ones place. So that'll be 2. If I do it based on my tens place, let's try to get it in the tens place. I have 2 plus 3, which will be 5. And then now my 100's place, which will be 4 plus 8 plus 1. So it'll be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have a 3, carry the 1. And then finally my thousands place, 6 plus 1 plus 1. So that will be 8. So I get the same number as I did before, 8,352. This is just another way to think about it. Again, you just have to make sure you multiply every place value by the other place value, and you'll get the same exact answer if you did it with the area model method. So I hope this helped you out. Have a great day.